Hello kids, welcome back once again to Neha's Fun Concepts. So in the last video we have already done the reading and understanding of the chapter How Daddy Decided What He Wanted to Be. Now we will do the back exercise of this lesson. So kindly open the page number 4 of my English literature. Understanding the story. Little Daddy wanted to pursue various professions. Complete the table below citing one reason for his choice of these professions. In this दे आर सेइंग दैट लिटिल डैडी ने सोचा था कि वो बहुत सारे प्रोफेशंस को अपनाएगा. कभी वो सेलर बनेगा, कभी वो एक्टर बनेगा, कभी नाइट वॉचमैन. तो ये जो प्रोफेशंस हैं इनके लिए उसने क्या रीजंस दिए थे, वो ऐसा क्यों बनना चाहता है, हम वो डिस्कस करेंगे. फर्स्ट इज द नाइट वॉचमैन. नाइट वॉचमैन मतलब कि चौकीदार. वो क्यों नाइट वॉचमैन बनना चाहता था? ताकि वो रात को जब सभी लोग सो रहे होंगे तो वो नॉइज क्रिएट कर सके, शोर मचा सके. सो वी विल राइट हियर बिकॉज ही थिंक दैट ही कुड मेक अ नॉइज व्हेन एवरीवन वाज स्लीपिंग. नेक्स्ट इज आइसक्रीम मैन. आइसक्रीम मैन वो इसलिए बनना चाहता था ताकि वो खुद भी आइसक्रीम्स को खा सके और जो छोटे बच्चे हैं उनको फ्री आइसक्रीम्स दे सके. सो वी विल राइट हियर बिकॉज ही थिंक्स दैट he could eat all the ice creams he wanted to and treat little children to free ice creams. Next is shunter. शंटर वो इसलिए बनना चाहता था ताकि वो प्लेटफॉर्म्स के ऊपर जंप मार के जा सके, इंजन्स और कार्स के नीचे से क्रॉल करता हुआ एक स्ट्रेंज सबवे सफर टाइप गेम खेल सके. सो वी विल राइट so that he would jump on platforms and crawl under the cars playing a strange game. I think this much is clear now. Next is shepherd. शेफर्ड वो इसलिए बनना चाहता था ताकि वो अपने काउस के साथ इधर उधर सारा दिन घूम सके, रोमिंग कर सके और विप की मदद से एक लाउड नॉइज भी क्रिएट कर सके. बिकॉज ही कुड स्पेंड हिज डेज वॉकिंग विद काउस एंड क्रैकिंग हिज विप लाउडली. नेक्स्ट वन इज डॉग. डॉग वो इसलिए बनना चाहता था ताकि वो अपने चारों पैरों के ऊपर इधर उधर घूम सके और स्ट्रेंजर्स के ऊपर, अनजान लोगों के ऊपर भौंक सके. सो डैट ही रैन अराउंड ऑन ऑल फोर्स बार्किंग एट स्ट्रेंजर्स. नेक्स्ट इज द बी पार्ट. आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस briefly. So these question answers you have to do in your notebook. First question is why did daddy want to be a night watchman? Daddy night watchman क्यों बनना चाहते थे? Daddy wanted to be a night watchman because he liked to think that he could make a noise when everyone was sleeping. What was daddy's plea in favor of being an ice cream seller? How did his parents react to it? Daddy क्या सोच के आइसक्रीम सेलर बनना चाहते थे और उनके पेरेंट्स ने कैसे रिएक्ट किया? डैडी वॉन्टेड टू बी एन आइसक्रीम सेलर बिकॉज ही वुड ईट अ स्टिक ऑफ आइसक्रीम फॉर एवरीवन that he sold and he would treat little children to free ice creams. He thought that it would be a very tasty way of being grown up. Little Daddy's parents were very surprised when they heard that their son wanted to be an ice cream man. It was quite funny for them. What efforts did Daddy put in to be a dog? Dog बनने के लिए डैडी ने क्या क्या efforts put किए? Daddy put in a lot of efforts to be a dog. All that day he ran around on all fours barking at strangers. He even tried to bite an elderly lady when she wanted to pat his head. Little Daddy learned how to bark very well, but he couldn't learn how to scratch behind his ears with his foot. So he went outside and sat next to Rover to learn more quickly. Why was Daddy ashamed of himself after meeting the ऑफिसर? ऑफिसर से मिलने के बाद डैडी को शर्म क्यों आने लग गई? डैडी वॉज ashamed of himself after meeting the officer because without saying much the officer made him realize that it was important to be a good human being for being anything else in life. He understood that he could not change his mind every day and was too small to know what he wanted to be. What did Daddy finally decide to be when he grew up? Daddy finally decided to be a good human being when he grew up because that is the most important thing before being anything else. कुछ भी बनने से पहले good human being बनना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. Now think about yourself. If you were an architect, you would, अगर आप architect होते तो आप क्या करते? Design my beautiful house. Next, if I were a detective, I would solve criminal cases. If I were a cricketer, I would bring laurels for my country. If I were a mariner, I would swim far away. If I were a dress designer, I would design beautiful dress for me and my mother. Fifth is the writing skill. After meeting the officer, Daddy feels ashamed of himself. He makes a resolution. Imagine yourself to be Daddy and write a diary entry expressing your feelings. ऑफिसर से मिलने के बाद आपने अपने आप को डैडी समझना है और डैडी को शर्म महसूस होती है. इसके ऊपर आपने एक डायरी एंट्री बनानी है जिसमें आप अपनी फीलिंग्स को एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हो. फॉर डायरी एंट्री वी विल राइट द हेडिंग डायरी एंट्री. नेक्स्ट, डेट, डे एंड टाइम, नाइट टाइम. टुडे I really felt ashamed of myself after meeting the officer. The officer saw me behaving like a dog and questioned me about it. He didn't say much, but I realized that I was doing wrong. I understood that human being is the best creation of God, and our aim should be to be a good human being, which is important for only profession. I am really thankful to the officer for making me realize my worth. Daddy. So this was all for today's video. I think everything is clear. The chapter How Daddy Decided Wanted to Be is finished. Its back exercise question answers diary entry is also finished. Keep learning. Share my channel, subscribe it too. We will meet in the next video.